Hello everyone and welcome to November 2018 readings. These are general readings and I'm gonna upload them in a few days, I think, from now. I will start today with Scorpio and then successively sign by sign they're gonna be uploaded here on the channel. I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for your time and attention and all the comments that you post and generally everything you're bringing. I love the energy of people participating in the channel. I thank you very much for being here with me and for supporting me and sending the energies. Everything flows, everything is given and taken, and nothing is lost, I feel. I think about expanding a channel. Many of you tell me that I should use my voice in many different ways, in guided meditations and affirmations, and right now I am preparing the texts for it, and I started to record this. And I wonder if you like it here on the channel, or should I create another channel and put it out there? Please let me know in the comments if you are interested, and what do you think about the idea itself. Should it be here or somewhere else? All right. And yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all. Just one quick reminder about the readings. Always remember that I or anybody else, we don't have the power over your life. Nobody has it. Only you have it. So don't give up this power to anyone or anything. These are only readings. Readings are showing energies, and energies are here to work with. So nothing is set in stone here. You can create your life, you can create or co-create your future together with the source, together with universal energy. As far as the astrological aspects are concerned, I always recommend to watch your sun and ascendant, so your sun and your rising sign. I think these are the most important positions, but you still have moon, and you also have three personal planets, which is Mercury, Venus, and Mars. And if you want, and if you have time, you can also pay attention to these, because then I think the picture is fuller, is more comprehensive if you take all those personal planets into consideration. So, to sum up, again, thank you very much, and I'm happy that you're here, and let's start the readings. See you in the reading for your sign. Bye-bye. Hello, Aquarius. Here's a reading for you for the reminder of November 2018. I'm really sorry to be so late into the month with these readings. I think it's the first time that's happening, but I had a time when really nothing brought me joy, and I didn't want to make those readings then, so I'm ready now. And I'm doing them now, so let's assume this is for the next 2 or 3 weeks, and then we have December readings going. This is a very strong reading, and the feeling I have here is that you really get yourself together this month and really proceed with something that brought you many difficulties in the past. A very decisive card right in the middle, and this is you this month, in this time, the Emperor, the one that is structurizing the reality around, that brings order to it, and he or she It really doesn't matter. This is a masculine energy and an active energy, masculine archetype. They're doing it not only for their greatest good, but also for the greatest good of the others. There is this responsibility factor here. You can see the crows in vicinity, around this person. So there is great wisdom here. I don't seem particularly like, I don't know, some Attila or great conqueror. He's rather listening to what other people are telling, and he can be a very just judge and really make decisions based on many voices heard, but he can be quite uncompromising. I think you can be quite uncompromising also towards yourself. I think it's mostly about inner work this month. Your current situation is Knight of Cups, and the picture says it all. You're looking deep into your own feelings and emotions, and there is recognition here, reflection, perhaps making some choices based on the understanding of your own emotions, and a great peace. I know this card sometimes indicates a person that is not very stable in their endeavors. They can be quite emotional, but I don't feel it with this card. I see rather someone who is focused on inner work. So that's you. That's your current situation. Responsible and wise actions regarding your emotional life or your emotions in general. In the past, you have Ten of Swords, which is a very painful card and a scary one also in this deck. You can see someone who's really, really mad at something or someone and ready to inflict injury and really cut something off if it is needed. So this is the End card. The ending of a cycle, sometimes indicating the ending of unfunctional thinking pattern within you, but it also can be that you had a concept and you wanted to realize it, you wanted to make it true and see it working in reality, but it failed. This is a failure card, definitely. So your experiences are not really enhancing, I would say. They're not welcoming, but still, it shouldn't, it can make you feel broken and without energy, but it doesn't have to. It's just a phase, it's just one lesson in life, and it doesn't mean that you have to give up forever. You may have, nonetheless, difficulties with beginning again. You have the Fool in a position of challenge. So starting anew, and I think it's mostly about trust. It's difficult. Whoops! I knew it. I knew it's gonna happen. It's difficult to start to trust again. I have very short cable and I need to charge the camera. That's why when it fell, it damaged all the construction, but it's okay now. It's really hard to have this kind of energy of absolute awe with newness. The way this person looks at this little beautiful butterfly and is full of joy and enthusiasm with the newness. It's really hard to have those kinds of feelings when you failed. when you remember about failure, when you remember the pain and the madness of the situation. Yeah, it doesn't really help. And you can remember. I know you can. You are a person that doesn't forget, really. But still, life goes on, and really the choice is to begin anew or to stop living at all. What do you choose, Aquarius? What's the answer to this? Well, the answer is going through conflict, and I feel it's an eternal conflict this time. It's really a dominant feeling I have here, that you really need to get yourself by your hair or by your clothes and pull yourself out of the mud, pull yourself out of the dump you are in. Five of Wands is very much about the will of life for me. And sometimes you really need to put yourself in conflict with many other energies than yours in order to win. In order to win. In order to make your story real. And that's what you need to do now. And I think you need to do it with yourself. There are probably conflicting voices telling you, oh, I don't have energy to do this, or I will never be like that. I'm not enough to do this. I have no experience. I failed before. Why should I start anew? And this card is telling you, against all odds and against yourself, you just need to follow through. There is fight here, definitely. Fight with yourself. But you have the ability to do this because in your strength position, you have Three of Swords. And the Three of Swords in the strength position makes it threefold stronger for me. Every time I see a difficult card in the strength position, I feel that something is really changing. And whatever the challenge, you have the power to go through it. Three of Swords is a recognition card. Recognition of a problem that caused pain in the past and that perhaps you didn't want to even touch. And when I look at the spread, I see she's looking straight to this Fool or to this butterfly. The new beginning. You understand that the new beginning, it doesn't have to be exhilarating. It doesn't have to be pleasant. Sometimes you need to go against yourself in a way. Against yourself in order to start, and then the fire burns. But this beginning, it may be challenging, and you know it. And you know it, and you are ready to remove the obstacles. This is the card in this particular deck of a self-inflicted suffering. There's a difference, huge difference, between pain and suffering. Pain is something we feel. It just is, without putting a label on it. Is it right or wrong, good or bad? It just is. While suffering is something we choose when we feel pain. Suffering is the choice to stay in the situation that causes pain. So, if I read it like this, I see that you can choose to stay in a difficult situation, like this new beginning that you have no feelings for, but you know you need to do this. And believe me or not, but I feel that this is empowering. That this is the test of will, and sometimes we are put in a position of the test of will, and that's it. Testing your will and not really giving up in the face of circumstances that are truly difficult. 8 of Swords in the position of what to focus on. Generally, this card is called by me a mind trap. You see things around you that makes you think about your situation as hopeless. You see yourself as totally blinded, bounded, and blindfolded, and you see no way of escape, no way to run. And you don't really recognize your situation. That's the standard understanding of this card. But here, it's even deeper. It says that yes, the mind can produce many different visions of fail, of the fall. And they are terrifying, but usually they are not true. They are just the product of imagination, because our mind, a great tool of evolution, was made and was evolved, was shaped by the ability to live through something, to survive. And it was really shaped through its ability to warn us against dangers, whether they were real or not. It was still more efficient. It was still more positive as far as survival is concerned, to warn against imagined danger than not to do this, because 5% of these imagined dangers turned out to be true dangers. And then we survived, right? So we are built in this way to see difficulties, obstacles, and dangers, even in the place where they don't really exist. But this card goes beyond it and says, yes, it works like this, but still, some of the dangers are real. And some of the obstacles are real. And you need to look very closely and to be very honest with yourself to admit it. That, yeah, I've imagined most of the terrible things that can happen in life, and most of them never happened, as Mark Twain said, something like this. But some of them happens, actually. Some of them are true. And this is the reality check. Yeah, this reading is about reality check. I have some difficulties. I see them clearly, and I want to put myself through it. Whether I like it or not, it doesn't have to be a pleasant feeling, but I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to do this. I see it clearly, and I am a Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords as a result. I think she's absolutely decisive. And I thought she wasn't enough, because I have this feeling in this reading that you need to act. You need to be the emperor. And the emperor isn't only sitting on his throne. She's just sitting. She's quite a passive person. She lets others to approach her, but she doesn't really approach others. So she's there sitting with her sword ready to be used. Is that enough? I think it's sine qua non. So it's the condition you need to fulfill in order to go further. You need to recognize the truth and be ready to execute it. Execute. That's the right word here. And if you're ready to execute it, then the King of Wands appears. That's the additional I pulled, the additional card I pulled here. And the King of Wands is the masculine energy we need. With the Emperor, they can rule the world. They can proceed with anything they will. He's the master of fire, so he can really take action. Not only sit and not only wait and not only be ready, but also take action and lead. towards the needed change. So this month you can be the change you want in yourself and in the universe, and the process doesn't have to be pleasant, and I feel it won't be. It can be quite efficient though. We have 3 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. And it leads to wonderful things. It leads to productivity and creativity, etc., etc. But the process itself is quite difficult, I think. But you don't need to worry. You just need to work. You just need to do this. And you don't have to be exhilarated in this, and you don't need to feel the thrills of joy every day of your life. I know it's pleasant. I know it's wanted. But life isn't an always increasing wave. It doesn't work like this. And if somebody tells you that it is, I wouldn't believe that person. But of course you can choose. So ride the waves and rest when the place between waves appears. But now it's the time to pull yourself in a way. Of course, with all the gentleness and respect you need to show yourself, because you need to love yourself. That's why I think this card appeared as additional message, the Water Guardian. Connect with your emotions, dear Aquarius. Take time to understand how you really feel. Know that your sensitivity is not a curse, but a gift that allows you to receive and understand messages directly from your soul. Your angels want you to know that it's okay to feel the emotions that are surfacing in you at this time. It doesn't matter if they are joyous or sad. That's what I said. They are all powerful messengers that allow you to understand what you want and need. That's what I always say. Cutting yourself off difficult emotions really cuts you off of all emotions. There's only one channel for emotions. We only have one heart. We don't have 2 hearts, one for pleasant emotions and the other for unpleasant ones. No, there's only one channel, and it needs to stay open if you want to live your life fully. Taking time to breathe and acknowledge them lets them flow through you rather than crashing down on you as an overwhelming wave. Note that there are also intuitive or psychic messages arising in you at this time, and unless you acknowledge everything as it comes up, you may miss important guidance that can lead you to support and love. So stay open. Stay open, dear Aquarius. I think it can be a very decisive and productive moment in your life if you let yourself be guided by your will. That's what I wish you. And overall, I wish you a wonderful month, and I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for your time and attention. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and I hope I see you in next readings. Bye-bye.